Hello there. Right now, I'm playing The Last of Us Part 2 for the second time. I'm working on other videos that I would like to publish about this game, but for now, I want to show you some little interesting details that I've found by watching the artwork that you can unlock by playing the game. This artwork, you can also have it in the official artwork book. I don't have it. I got the deluxe digital edition of the game. It comes with the original soundtrack and the art book, and I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed with the digital art book because there is not much in there. As far as I found, there are more images inside the game than there are in the digital art book. I don't know why that is, but let's focus on the concept art that you can unlock in the game. You can buy it with the points that you make by playing. I'm gonna show you some pictures that I found very interesting and that reveal much more about the game. Some things that were changed in the final version, and that's part of what makes them so interesting. I totally recommend you to unlock all the concept art and take your time to appreciate it, because it is beautiful for one, and also because there is so much that you can learn about the characters and places you visit in the game. If you find anything else in this concept art, please put it in the comments. Again, unlock the concept art, you're gonna enjoy it. So, let's start. First, this concept art of Abby. This is what Abby looked like. She reminds me a little of Tess, Joel's partner from the first game. She had long, curly, dark hair, and she had a machete. And that machete seemed to be very important because, as you can see on the next picture, Joel got his right hand cut off. This obviously is from the infamous scene where Joel is brutally murdered. And it appears that his murder was gonna be a lot more brutal. You can see his right hand holding his pistol on the floor. Abby is pointing at him with a gun. There is no shot in his leg. The murder of Joel was gonna be very different in concept. No Joel in one bad jokes. You can see this other picture of Joel against the wall. He's missing his right hand in this one too. So, what do you think? What do you think about Joel missing his right hand? Let's move to the other. This other image is, I think, even more violent. At first, I thought this character was an infected, but this image is in the same album as the other pictures from the murder of Joel. So you can see here Joel stabbed on the back without an eye and covered in blood. And I wonder if people despise Joel's murder in the final version of the game. What would they think if something like this happened? I mean, look at this picture. Look at him. He looks terrifying. Let's go to something not so scary. Ellie's tattoo. In the final version of the game, there is a moth with a fern branch on Ellie's arm. In this concept art, you can see that there is no moth. There are flowers of different colors. I hope I can talk more about moths in this game and what they mean, but for now, yeah, there was no moth on Ellie's tattoo. There were flowers. This next one, Ellie and Dina riding on horses and fighting hordes of infected. Now, you may think that this refers to the first part of the game, where Ellie and Dina are patrolling Jackson's surroundings, but no, it isn't. This is when they arrive to Seattle. You can see the bridge behind them, and also This picture is from the album that is called Seattle Day One. So, in concept, Ellie and Dina got not one horse, but two to get to Seattle. In the final version, only Shimmer the horse goes along with them, and that poor horse is horribly killed. Next one. This is the concept art of the Shamblers, the new kind of infected. It is nasty, and I don't know which one scares me the most. Probably this one where you can see the human skulls behind all the fungus. Which one is your favorite? What Shambler design do you find more terrifying? Whatever you choose, I think we can agree that they all look disgusting and probably will give nightmares to children. Next one, this is a picture of a Seraphite. You can see the scythe, a weapon that I don't remember appearing in the final version of the game. His clothes and the scythe make him look like death, like a cosplay from death itself. Let's go back a little. I want to go back to this previous picture that I skipped. Here you can see how they took care of Joel's body. You can see Ellie crying, holding Joel's watch in one hand. After Joel is murdered, we jump back to Jackson to see the conversation between Ellie and Tommy, and then we go to the graveyard, to Joel Miller's grave. In this picture, you can see Dina hugging Ellie from behind, and some folks covering Joel's body to take it back to Jackson. This suggests that in concept, maybe Joel was alone when he was murdered. Let's go to a happier moment, probably the most beautiful and lovable moment in the whole game. The birthday gift, where Joel takes Ellie to a science museum and they see dinosaurs and space things. The scene that makes Joel Father of the Year. In this picture, you can see Ellie with the astronaut helmet in the outside. Behind her, there is the spaceship or the space capsule. I don't know how to call it. But it's probably the one where Joel and Ellie get inside and have this heartwarming father and daughter moment. In the final version, this happened inside the museum, inside the building. That scene is even sadder when you know what happens when Ellie finds out what happened with the Fireflies all those years ago. This game is full with great moments. I don't know why people are hating it. Well, I do know, but let's move to the next one. This is when Ellie kills Owen and pregnant Mel. She's feeling sick for killing a pregnant woman. Who are the people behind her? I'm assuming one of these people is Jesse, but who is the other person? In the final version of the game, Tommy and Jesse arrive at this moment and help Ellie to escape, but this other man doesn't look like Tommy. He looks like another Jesse. Who is he? I don't know, but here it is. Another happy moment. Abby and his father playing chess. This type of artwork reminds me of that Disney short film called Paper. But the important thing here is that Abby looks younger, and behind them there are human silhouettes with guns, probably fireflies. In the final version of the game, this moment doesn't exist. Next, these people are Abby and Owen, and you can see that Owen looked very different in concept. He looks a little more like Jesse. He has a beard, long, curly dark hair, and he's thinner. He looks like a combination of Dina and Jesse. I guess we now know how baby JJ will look like when he grows up. Next, these ones, I have questions about these pictures. It's a little girl with a little boy in the grass. The little girl is holding a knife and is carrying, I think they are flowers or plants. I'm not sure. I don't know who they are, but I'm guessing they are Abby and Owen when they were kids. I can't think of another important blonde girl in the game. And also, she's holding a calf. We know that Abby and her father were very close with animals. If these kids are indeed Abby and Owen, then probably this is a flashback moment that didn't make it to the final version of the game. Who do you think these kids are? Maybe in the physical art book that I don't have, they tell us more about them. If you have it and do know who these kids are, please let us know in the comments. Next one, and oh my god, kill it with fire. This is concept art of the Rat King, the most awful, terrifying, and dangerous creature the Cordyceps fungus has created. There is a lot of concept art of this enemy, but I want to focus on this one, where it looks like a slug, like a worm. You can see human skulls and bodies trapped in fungus. My god, looks even more disgusting than it looks in the final version. Holy cow, please don't show this to little children because they are not going to sleep for many nights. What do you think about the Rat King? Did you like it as an enemy? Did it scare you? Please tell us in the comments. Next, what you are seeing now are infected in the Seattle Aquarium. This doesn't happen in the game. We visit the aquarium many times, but we never encounter infected people in there. I'm guessing one of these characters is Abby, the one that is shooting, and behind her, it's left. You can see the bow and arrows. If you pay close attention, you can see that one of the infected looks a little small. Probably it's an infected child, and if I remember correctly, in the aquarium you find the story of a family with children that live there. The children are seduced by the Seraphites, and the dad dies alone in the aquarium. Maybe their story at first was linked with the attack of infected and not Seraphites. I'm just guessing here. This other beautiful image of two children hugging each other. By their faces, I guess they are Yara and Lev when they were younger. They are crying. I don't know why. Probably their story was a lot different at first. This probably was going to be a flashback, but it isn't in the final version of the game. Next one. This is cool. This is from when Abby and Lev are trying to escape the Seraphites Island, and this scary looking character is the boss or mid-boss that stops them when they are almost at the docks. Abby fights him to save Lev and herself. In one picture, you can see that its clothes are more... I don't know how to describe them, but he or she has an animal skull on her head. These other pictures make him look like a butcher. He's holding different weapons. I like more the one that got to the final version of the game. What do you think? This one is from when Abby is about to confront Ellie at the theater. I just want to point out the billboard. Here you can see that it says Josephine, while in the final version it says Cassandra. The date is the same, September 26th, the outbreak day. It is also Joel's birthday. Now, Josephine may refer to a real-life musical about Josephine Baker. She was an African-American artist and a spy for the French resistance in World War II. In the final version, there is no Josephine. There is Cassandra. I couldn't find a real-life play called Cassandra. At first, I thought it would refer to the Greek tragedy of Agamemnon. There, Cassandra is the daughter of the king of Troy. Then I watched again the scene where Ellie and Dina arrive at the theater, and it says an American tragedy. So that makes me think this play only exists in the Last of Us universe, as happens with other fictional works. In these next pictures, we see Ellie accompanied by a dog. These pictures are from the farmhouse scene when Ellie and Dina are back from Seattle. I think it's a shepherd dog. I'm not sure. I love dogs, but I don't know much about them. If you know what breed of dog it is, please tell me in the comments. I would like to know. But it seems that this dog was going to be by Ellie's side instead of baby JJ during this sequence. In the final version of the game, at least as I remember, the only dog that Ellie interacts with is the one at Jackson, next to Gustavo Santaolalla. This is also from the farm scene. In the final version, we see Ellie hunting a rabbit. There is a brief moment about that. But with these pictures, we can see that we were supposed to hunt a wild boar. This concept art of Ellie next to a dead, I think it's a deer, with its guts outside. I'm guessing it was for us to think that infected were near the farmhouse, but it was actually the wild boar. I don't know, I'm trying to make sense of these pictures because they are in the same album next to each other. The only wild boar I remember, it's in the museum when Ellie finds herself alone. This next picture is from the Rattlers in Santa Barbara. Now, take a good look at the cages. You can see humans, caged and naked humans, people that got caught by the Rattlers and now are being tortured for fun. In the final version, we only see infected in the outside and humans caged inside. We're almost done. This next one is from the epilogue. We go back to the dance in which Dina kissed Ellie. These ones are my favorites. Take a good look at these two pictures. First, this one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but those are Joel and Abby together. I'm also thinking that she could be Dina. It could be early concept art of Dina, but this girl looks a lot like the girl that we saw in the first pictures. The one that cuts off Joel's hand and kills him. In the game, we never see Joel and Dina together, and definitely we never see Joel and Abby like this. This is a long guessing. Hear me out. I think that in early versions of the story, Abby infiltrated Jackson to get to Joel. Then she sets him a trap and kills him. It could also be Dina, but I'm not sure. What do you think? And finally, concept art of what it looks like other versions of the second main menu screen. After you beat the game, the main menu screen changes. I already did a video about that, what this new picture means. You can watch it by clicking in the right corner of this video. And that's it. I hope you people enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel. If you have discovered more details like this in the concept art, let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day and have fun. Bye!